Welcome back to Hopeside Community Church. This is the second week of May and today is May 12th, 2022. Every second week of any month, we focus on health matters. This week, the topic I've chosen is 7 frozen foods to avoid. We all love frozen foods, right? The main reason is it's easy to cook. And our children, they also enjoy it. I saw a quote written by an unknown person. It's not about being the best. It is about being better than you were yesterday. Isn't it right? We always try to compare ourselves with someone else. But the best thing we could do is to compare ourselves with what we were yesterday. To see if we have improved in the way that we live. 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, so whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. Do we do this? Whatever we eat, are we doing it for the glory of God? Whatever we drink. We always have to analyze ourselves every day. Although we all know that we have to eat healthy, we constantly need some reminders saying, okay, this is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. We are all like little children, who needs push every time, every now and then, saying, okay, this is the right path to go. Don't do this. Okay. So fresh food is always the best food. Even there may be some frozen foods that are good for health, but when compared to fresh, nothing can beat it. Terry Ann Williams, she is a nutritionalist who wrote an article on 7 frozen foods you must stop eating now. Based on this article, I've chosen the 7 frozen foods now, which I'm presenting. She also says that there are plenty of great options out there filled with nutrients and dietary fibers, including frozen whole grain bread, frozen vegetables, frozen fruits, and berries. But most of the time, we do not go to the side where it is healthy, right? We always love the unhealthy things because those are more tastier. Some frozen foods are quite low in nutrients, while high in sodium, saturated fats, and added sugar. So the first food that we need to avoid is pizzas, something our children love. So when I was in India, we did not buy many frozen items, or we avoided buying any frozen items. We always bought fresh vegetables, or if kids, they want to have meat once in a while, yes, fresh. But then coming here, I never go to the frozen section, but my kids and my husband, once in a while, they buy something that is frozen. So we need to avoid knowing that it is not good for our health. Pizzas is okay when we eat it as a treat once in a while, but a lot of frozen ones will affect our body. Another thing is that it is topped with processed meat, and frozen ones have thickened crust, which is not good for our health. Pastries are something that we all love. It is delicious, a delicious breakfast, and it may perfectly go with a cup of tea or coffee if you drink. But Adventists, mostly we avoid to drink coffee and tea. But these pastries are typically high in saturated fats. When we eat a lot of pastries, we would be obese, and we will have type 2 diabetes, and we also increase the risk of having cardiovascular diseases. So we know this, but why do we eat it? The third food that we should avoid is deep fries. It is delicious, but it is having too much added preservatives. It also contains high saturated fats, and it is high in sodium. Now, this is also unhealthy if eaten excessively, and it increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases and obesity. Next is sausages, something that is very easy to make. We make many recipes with the sausages. We add tomatoes, onions, and cook in different varieties. It is a national staple food in the United Kingdoms. These tend to be high in saturated fat, and it is also high in sodium. It is unhealthy, and it increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases and obesity. Okay, why am I repeating this? It is unhealthy. Do not eat this excessively. It increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases and obesity. Sometimes we need such repeated instructions so that we do not go and repeat what we have been doing. So the fifth product that should not be eaten is ready meals. They are quick and convenient, but they tend to be high in saturated fat and sodium as well. So what we do when we go for work and come back, we just go get something ready-made and try to heat it up and just eat, fill our body with it, fill our stomach with it, because we're so hungry, right? So we need to plan our meals well ahead of time so that we do not rush into the market or supermarket and buy things that are unhealthy. 6 is fries. Do we always look at the ingredients when we buy the fries, frozen fries? If you look into that, it has added cooking oil and salt in it. This article also reads, when you order French fries, you're also getting a heaping helping of fat and calories. Isn't this right? When we order fries, we're also ordering so much fat into our body and calories into our body. So next is pie. You wouldn't have thought that pie would come into this list, right? It is considered as comforting and a wholesome food. But then when it is made for frozen, to be frozen, they add a lot of preservatives into it, which is very unhealthy. So is it worth compromising your health for a pie? Alison Tallman, another dietitian, says, there is limited benefits and nutritional values coming from a pie. It has excessive calories and fat, which may lead to weight gain. Sometimes we always say, okay, why am I not losing weight? Sometimes I tell that too. But what are we putting into our mouth? Things that are unhealthy, right? So these are some of the products that we need to avoid. When we avoid these products, we will be able to take one step closer to a healthy living. 1 Corinthians 10:13 says, no temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond ability. But with every temptation, he will also provide the way of escape, that you may be able to endure it. Do you think food is an addiction? Do you think that we can be tempted to eat unhealthy food? Or do we say, okay, this is not a sin. This is not a real sort of temptation. But unless we understand that we are addicted to food, unless we understand that it is a kind of a temptation, because as I told you, our body is the temple of God. And if we succumb to all temptations, mainly the temptation of food, we will be not taking the right actions, right decisions that we are supposed to take. Our minds sometimes are clogged because of the unhealthy food that we eat. So let's learn how to eat healthily. And let's be wise in choosing foods that are healthy. And let's avoid these 7 frozen foods in the future. Eat healthily and stay healthy. And regarding the church building, if you would like to get more information, it is found at hopeside.com. You are always welcome to visit our church, and for more information, you can go to hopeside.org. If you'd like to write to us, please contact us at contact@hopeside.org. Thank you. God bless you.